Thousands of anti-gay protesters demonstrate in Jinja, Uganda, a small town about 40 miles east of Uganda's capital of Kampala, in support of a bill proposing life imprisonment for homosexuals.
Homosexuals should be put to death.
This is embarrassing when you see men admiring men.
There are those who think that we should appreciate them, be tolerant to them, but for us here we are saying no, we shouldn't. I think this is in a way providing leadership in the world where it is needed most, especially where the moral values are really decaying.
I just want everyone out there to know that it does get better. When I started kindergarten, I had these big old thick glasses. I've always been skinny, so I was just this scrawny little kid with these big old glasses, and I was a nerd. I mean, I used to ask my mom for homework before I started school because I was jealous that my brother would come home with it. I would take books to recess. I used to wear hats so that I could pull them down over my face because I was embarrassed about my glasses. And people would take my hats, my friends would take my hats and throw it back and forth, and I've always been a sensitive kid, so I would cry, and then I'd get picked on more for that. And that was all of elementary school. And then when I started middle school, the summer before, my 10th birthday, all I wanted for my 10th birthday was contacts, because I thought that would just solve all my nerd problems. So my mom got me contacts, and I started middle school. And every day of middle school, I got called a fag. Probably at least once or twice a day, every day from 5th to 8th grade. I wasn't the nerd anymore, I didn't look like a nerd anymore, but I was the fag. Summer after 7th grade, two of my best friends, when I was having a sleepover with them, they were writing a note back and forth and wouldn't let me see it. When they went downstairs to go to sleep, I went up to take out my contacts, and I looked at the note, and about halfway through it went from like just note talking to talking shit about me and calling me a fag and saying how stupid I was and how they couldn't believe they would hang out with me. And these were two of my best friends. And I'd known them my whole life. We used to hang out when we were toddlers. Whew. Come on, Tyler. I didn't realize how hard this was gonna be. Oh, now I'm all red and puffy. I got to high school, and it didn't get better. I was getting picked on by kids. When I was a sophomore, I was getting picked on by kids who were in 7th and 8th grade. How pathetic do you feel when you're 15 years old getting picked on by a 12-year-old? It got to the point where my sophomore year I decided to transfer schools. I just knew that I couldn't stay where I was. I moved in with my grandparents, I went to a private school, and it got better. I got picked on once the 2 years I went to that school. Once. That was just unfathomable to me, that people would be nice to me, that people would actually like me. I've been crying for like half of this video now.
It gets better.
It gets better. It gets better.
I promise, it gets so much better.
It gets better.
There's hope and there's help.
If you're being bullied in school, you're not alone. Don't give up. It gets better. It gets better.
Hold on. Be strong. And it gets better.
It gets better, but it's up to you.
It gets better.
I just want you to know that it gets better.
We'll get better.
You'll be fine, partner.
Things will get easier. People's minds will change, and you should be alive to see it.
As a nation, we're founded on the belief that all of us are equal and each of us deserves the freedom to pursue our own version of happiness, to make the most of our talents, to speak our minds, to not fit in. Most of all, to be true to ourselves. That's the freedom that enriches all of us. That's what America's all about. And every day, it gets better.